As Australians await the results of today's poll, international communities will also be watching with great interest, given rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific region. As of now, Australia's main foreign policy goal has been to build strong partnerships with other Western allies, such as Japan, India, and the USA, to ensure security and peace within the Indo-Pacific region. Specifically, Australia's primary international aim has been to defend the US-backed rules-based international order. This is a system which promotes stability and peace through means such as defending democracy, protecting the free trade of goods and services, and engaging with various different established norms and rules that have been ever present since the Second World War. One of the biggest moves in Australian foreign policy over the past decade is a trilateral security partnership with the USA and the UK. This agreement, known as AUKUS, was drawn up under the previous Scott Morrison-led coalition government in 2021. AUKUS agrees to deliver nuclear-powered submarines to the Australian Royal Navy, promising a considerable advantage for the Australian military. Nuclear submarines contain nuclear reactors on board, providing a sustainable power source that allows the ship to stay underwater for greater periods of time without detection, unlike conventional submarines which have to resurface regularly for refueling.
At the time, the coalition called the opportunity historic for promoting security in the Indo-Pacific region. The focus on promoting security has been interpreted as a veiled warning to those who threaten to undermine the peace and predictability which the US has upheld in the region. Enter China. Under current President Xi Jinping, China has looked to expand its military influence. Defense spending has increased by around 80% in the past decade. China has recently advanced its military capabilities in various spheres in the Indo-Pacific, prompting Western powers to counterbalance China through measures such as AUKUS. The Albanese Labour government has strengthened AUKUS in January this year by investing an extra $262 million. This will develop Australia's nuclear submarine supply chain so Australia can develop its own submarine capabilities independently. This is part of the defence spending prioritisation that has been visible under both Labour and the previous coalition government, with defence spending increasing by around 70% in the past 10 years. However, given global tensions with China over the sovereignty of Taiwan and Hong Kong, Peter Dutton has promised a newly elected Liberal government will increase defence spending even further. He wants to ensure China's military expansion is restrained, protecting the Western way of life in the region.
But while the major parties appear in lockstep over the AUKUS deal, neither has sold the plan effectively to the Australian people. With the AUKUS agreement predicted to cost Australia up to $368 billion, a 2023 Lowy Institute poll found that 47% of Australians believe it's not worth the money. Australians are more concerned by other economic issues, such as housing security and the cost of living. Other critics say that Australia's excessive defence spending and engagement with the trilateral AUKUS deal may reduce Canberra's autonomy on the world stage. Amongst the loudest critics are the Australian Greens. They have demanded that Australia withdraw from the AUKUS agreement to save money and avoid having foreign policy dictated by the USA. So politically, it's all just a bit AUKUS.